Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerds and nerdettes. How y'all doing this morning? Welcome to another episode of Blerd Lines Podcast with your hosts, Captain New and DadPad Gaming.
What up? How's everybody doing? Yo, Perry, for anyone that knows how these stream things go, I actually cannot see Perry in Discord, so I just got surprised with the nice little crispy lineup here on my playback.
I appreciate you.
What is that? New year, new you, new season. New do. You know what I'm saying?
Man, no. So this was the thing. I got tired of my hair not being done, and I was not combing it out, and I got tired of washing it. And it's 80-some degrees starting out, and this 80 degrees is like bright sun on you with no cloud coverage. So it's beaming, and my hair collects heat and retains it for some god-awful reason. So I was like, I gotta find me a barbershop. And then gas is $5 out here. So I'm like, I need to find me a barbershop by the crib. So
right, I just got one that you can cycle to.
Right. So
but you need a bike with AC because it's hot.
So I was like, man, I had to get to looking, and I found this one place, and Shorty got me together, man. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go to Pop's area, Pax barber, go to him so they get my little crisper line. But yeah, dude, I had to get a haircut, man. I had to switch it up for a little bit.
Yeah, I considered getting a haircut once, but my head is really big.
Man, my head is
massive.
My head is of the same massivity. So,
but see, this is the thing though. Yes, Perry, you have a big head, but as a big guy, I have a big head, but my head is still bigger than the portion of my body.
This is true.
It is ridiculous. But yeah, again, good morning, everybody. So let's go ahead and get started out, man. What have you been playing this week, Perry?
Are you really asking me that question?
Yes, I am really asking you that question because the people want to know. Lady Gunner wants.
I've been playing Elden Ring. I am 90 hours into Elden Ring now.
What level are you at?
I'm 135.
135. What is that? What is that strength at? What is the faith at? What is your primary? How's your build?
So give me a second. I actually sent a buddy of mine a screenshot of everything I do.
Oh.
Yeah, and here is my stats. Okay, so my stats so far, because they're updated. My vigor is at 33, mine is at 30, endurance is at 20, strength is at 30, dexterity at 40, intelligence 9, faith 62, arcane 18.
What was that, faith? Did you say 62?
Yeah, 62.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You got some fancy spells going.
Not spells, are incantations. So the dragons.
Yeah, same different.
Yeah,
but yeah,
the dragon thing. The dragon's incarnation I have. Dragon rot hits like a rock, and since it lasts for 45 seconds. And it does damage over time. It's ridiculous. And I do dual wielding scythes. So it does bleed damage on top of
the rot.
On top of the rot, but my holy damage as well is for one weapon, I do starting off 277 plus 187 on top of my dexterity as the extra 300. And then I got that. And then both my weapons are holy builds, so I got that going. But this new build I got, I did beat the Lord of Blood, Lady Gunner, and I will talk about that here soon. And I think he just said 90 hours in. And then, let's see. I did something else. Oh, I'm changing my build from Faith to Blood build. Because with the recent update, my builds was still safe, but they kind of nerfed magic. And they nerfed the mimic summon.
Yeah, I heard freaking out because it was effectively easy.
It is, because it will literally respawn you with all your stats. So you and your copy versus a boss, all he's getting beat bad, especially you got a nice build. So I didn't use him. I used another summon, and my summon team. I started off with the Wolves. They're no longer there. I got me a ridiculous team right now, dude. Like a ridiculous lineup, and I just beat a few bosses, man. Like this like last couple days, man. I found a my vampire armor, which I wanted. I got the Raging Wolf armor, which I am so excited to get because
that was the armor that was on some of the marketing material, right?
Yes, that was on the actual.
That one was pretty dope.
It was actually the Raging Wolf armor was actually for the open beta. Well, the closed open beta for those who got the link. And when we first started, I was like, this is the goal. I need this armor. So I got that, and I had to do a quest line. And then towards the end, I was like, oh, I get my vampire armor that I want too. And I needed that. And then I got the Berserk armor as well. I just got to get the Berserk helmet. So I got that.
That is a madman. But you got to go for what you know, and you definitely know a thing about Soulsborne.
Oh, absolutely, man. So I'm 50% done. Almost got a lot of the collectible stuff done as far as trophy hunting. At this point, it's really just beating these bosses because the main trophies is beating bosses, and dear God, they're hard. Like so, I got a couple screenshots of the boss I played yesterday, and not yesterday, last night. This man was terrifying. It was the big snake one. And he was one of the main bosses you had to go through Volcano Manor. And it was amazing how that fight was amazing. It looked good, like aesthetically. That game looked amazing. I mean, that fight looked amazing. And then the area I just got to, the snow area, it's giving me very, very angry vibes, and I hate you.
I'm sure.
Energy.
I'm gonna have to pull up over to twitch.tv/CaptainNU 2011 because I'm not gonna play any more Elden Ring. I've made up my mind. I think I at least got about 20 to 30% in. I put in about 30 to 40 hours into the game, and I proved that I wasn't a punk. Which I'm never really a punk. I've decimated games that are far more difficult than Soulsborne, but you know, Soulsborne games do require you to kind of lock in, learn, get dirty before you can start to really kind of boss up. So,
yeah. And there's the game is massive, dude. Like,
yeah, no,
massive.
That's why I'm not going back.
Yeah, bro, you can't go back. It's too like the more I go, I'm like, dude. So there's this one area in which if you're a Souls person and you've been here, it's bad. It's not your friend. It causes nightmares. Because the lake causes rot, and then there's a boss in there that gives you a powerful not summon but like a spell, and you have to fight on a single platform or you'll roll into rot. And so what Elden Ring does, if you're standing in rot or poison, you can heal yourself and it'd be fine. But if you roll in it, it's all over your body and it's stuck. In this area, it sucks. And
I actually discovered that
the hard way,
that you cannot roll and rot. Yeah.
And Lady Gunner, trust, like when he showed his face, dude, I was terrified. Spoiler, this is one of the bosses. I'm not gonna say the name, but dude, when I seen that actual face of him, I was like, wow. And then I was my first round playing him with this one of these bosses. I actually was doing it the wrong way. So Souls always has this cheese boss that you use special weapons for. And I was like, I wasn't doing that. I was fighting him like a regular person. I had my horse, I had my summon, and then I was dual wielding. I was giving him the business, and I actually was sharing my screen with Pac. He saw it, and I was a hit away, and I'm glad that I ran away because I didn't know it had a second phase. I didn't know it had a second phase until I went back and I summoned other people to come help me, because I I use all mechanics of the game in which they put in this. I use summon, I summon other people. I'm not about to be one of these super tryhards out there that's trying to prove a point. I'm wide open for people to come play Souls games for fun, learn the mechanics, use every aspect of it because I want to give it an honest review. And I'm like, no, look, if you need help, there's different ways. There's different ways to get around from this difficulty setting, and keep it pushing. And so,
absolutely,
I use it to my advantage. I want to show people what you can do to make things easier. Sometimes I want to do the hard-headed route and show my skills off. But then at times, I just want to beat this boss because I know I don't want to break any controllers.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing that makes this particular game so interesting is because essentially there is the easy mode. The easy mode is the game, because you do have all types of different summon spells that are probably still OP to a certain degree, even though they've been nerfed a bit. Certain items you can use and buffs, so on and so forth. Where if you are a purist, you can just simply choose to not engage. Thank you, Coco, for the subscription. We absolutely appreciate it.
We're out for the 5-month subscription. That's my
right.
Coco, man, hold on, Coco. You want to be a mod here? You want to be a mod here too, bro?
Yeah, slap that mod on it.
I don't slap that
just,
mod.
Just slap it on. Slap it on.
But
yeah, but anyway.
Before we continue, and I get to typing, my keyboard's loud. Tell them why we start off talking about Elden Ring.
So we start out talking about Elden Ring because it actually ties into a topic. Elden Ring has sold 12 million copies. 12 million copies. This is a title that has been labeled as a niche product for years, and it has sold 12 million copies. You know how much 12 million copies is?
It's a lot of copies.
That's a lot of copies, and I think that's amazing. So
in 3 weeks, mind you, this is 3 weeks.
Yeah, in 3 weeks. Now, granted, for like a lot of that contributes to the fact that it is on the big consoles. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox family. And that, so that does give it a very large install base, but still 12 million copies feet. It definitely should be celebrated. And for me, what I've been playing this week as we move along, because we've already kind of had our Elden Ring speak, I've been playing some WWE 2K. I think 22 is the most recent one. That's the one I'm playing. Mm-hmm. It might be 23. I don't know. Somebody correct me. But it's fun. It's like I've obviously still been playing Horizon. I'm getting to the end of it. But this week has been so crazy that if I'm not streaming it and I know I can't focus on it the way I want to, I would just kind of roll into WWE because it's just dumb, mindless, stupid fun. It's really glitchy. Like there's been some times where my character has got caught up in like loop animations where he's like running at the ropes when he should be doing like the whole Chris Jericho backflip thing onto the guy, and then the guy just kind of sits there and he rolls in pain for like 2 minutes while I'm just staring at my guy run at this rope. And there's been a lot of crashes, but away from that, it's actually pretty fun. Me and the kids have kind of got some battle royales going. We've done some tag matches and handicaps, and it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So if you are a wrestling fan, yeah, go check it out. If you're kind of lukewarm on wrestling but you want a fun party game, check it out. But be in mind, there are some errors, some glitches and such there that may be worked out, because it seems like 2K was serious with taking a year off and then also taking a year off and then delaying the game. Because it's a hell of a lot better than the last couple years have been, but it still has a ways to go. So we'll see.
Absolutely. And I'm really excited. I remember we used to play over Rob Joe's house outside on the patio after playing football for hours on end, eating fried chicken, playing WWE right there with TV. So the fact that you're able to enjoy some of it even with the glitches, because Lord knows last copy of WWE had its.
I didn't even buy it, but it was rough.
Oh, buddy, I've seen the memes in the video, so it was god awful.
Rough. So, it was bad.
It was bad, but really excited that it's getting a decent welcoming, different launch and things like that. So that's good, man. I'm glad the kids are enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can go ahead and move on. And I believe this was Lady Gunner. I'm just going back to the chat just for a second to make sure. Yep, Lady Gunner asked about it, and we ignored you because we're going to talk about it. Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy. This week we got the state of play. What was that, on Thursday, right?
Hold on. Yeah, it was on Thursday. Let's talk about that, G. Before we even go into Hogwarts, man, let's talk about state of play. Go ahead, do your thing.
So, I have a feeling that this is going to kind of be two conversations.
Yeah, it is.
So, do you want to talk about the game first, or do you want to talk about the politics?
The game definitely first. I want to definitely talk about the game first and why it was on state of play and not Xboxes. Even though it was like the state of play, everyone, we are going to be fair and let everyone know it's going to be on Xbox. And I made the tweet saying that I believe, in my personal opinion, they was running the game on PlayStation because it runs better. It's the superior place to run video games, which it has been in many cases when the game is on different systems.
So because you bring this up, I do have to interrupt you. Heard about what's going on with the Grand Theft Auto 5 current gen update?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and I'll make this very quick because we don't have to get into a full story about this, guys. But in short, when you look at the PS5 version, Grand Theft Auto 5 is running at 3 different modes. There's 4K, 30 frames per second, with ray tracing. There is a performance mode, which gives you 1440p at 60 frames per second, which is locked at 60 frames per second, as well as the fidelity mode at 30 frames with ray tracing is a locked 30 from what I'm hearing. And then there's performance ray tracing, which gives you 1440p 60 frames per second with ray tracing. That is almost locked at 60 the entire time. Though there's been a couple like 1 and 2 frame drops, like when things go crazy. But on the Xbox side of things are a little different. On the Series S for Sierra, we got 2 modes. We got fidelity mode, which is running, I think they said 1440 at 30 frames per second, and it is experiencing lots of frame dips down to the 20s. And then they have their performance mode, which is supposed to be 1080 at 60 frames, and it is performing as low as 40 frames. Whereas on the Series S side of things, performance ray tracing mode, I'll jump to the chase on that one, is dropping significantly down to 30 frames at times. And the dynamic resolution is even taking some hits. People are up in arms about the whole teraflops that were advertised. So
flop.
Yeah.
Teraflops.
So it kind of makes sense that some of these games are wanting to come out and to be represented on PlayStation, because though it's not the most powerful console, it seems in some ways to be the most stable and consistently stable console. And, speaking of that, back to Hogwarts. I think it looks good. I know that you said you had some reserves when we kind of skimmed over it earlier this week. Did you kind of go back and take a second look? And you still feel the same? Have feelings changed for you, Perry?
Yeah, so before I give my my opinion on that part. I want to just go ahead and apologize to everyone. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do a reaction. Life happened to the both of us. Hard. Like, hard. Like, I got off of work late. G was busy. And I was like, I'm just going to watch this solo. We can have our own opinions because, buddy, I'm tired.
Yeah, like, I'm going to tell y'all, like, it just wasn't meant to be. Like, that day, my son was supposed to ride the school bus home. I called the school, hey, put my kid on the bus. Put him on the bus, okay? They called us because, usually it takes about 45 minutes to an hour after school for the bus to drop him off, which is beyond me because the school is like 5 minutes down the street. So why it takes that long, I don't know. Drop him off first. Saying, whatever. Like, forget everyone else's kid. Drop mine off. But anyway, they called me like 15 minutes after he should have been here on the bus, and we're just like, yeah, maybe it's a bus issue. We're literally looking out the window like, hey, where's my kid? Where's the bus? What's going on? They call us, hey, you're gonna come pick up your kid? No, you're supposed to drop him off. So like 15 minutes before the state of play starts, I'm literally like texting Nick like, yo, I gotta go pick up my kid because I'm not a bad parent. And he's like, not replying, and then 15 minutes after the show starts, he's like, just got off of work. So, yeah. So,
yeah, man. So we apologize for that. But on my opinion about the actual show, the actual showcase, the concept of it, you can see that the developers actually love the game.
Well, yeah, they love. They are a fan.
They are huge fans, and you've seen like everything that was mentioned in like the Harry Potter stories and in the movies that couldn't really be shown, but they were talked about in depth in the books, are going to have a spotlight here in the video game, which is great. For what I saw a couple edits. Like game developer mishaps that can definitely use some polish, can be cleaned up, and I'm like, this game is going to be great. It just needs to me, holiday season 2022 might be kind of soon. I would want it to be pushed back just in case, depending on how much time they're putting into that. But I definitely see that game doing extremely well, especially with the fan base of Hogwarts, and people of Harry Potter and things of that nature. But outside of that, man, I enjoy what I saw. I'm definitely going to get it. Not going to have opinions of others derail me from that, but I'm definitely going to get this game.
Yeah. And quite honestly, because we are people, naturally, we have different opinions.
Absolutely.
And personally, I think the game looks great. I do agree that it does look like it needs some polishing. However, I think that we have enough time to get that done, considering that it is March right now, and holiday season usually kicks off towards the end of October in the gaming world. So by November 1st, which gives it 7 months and a couple days, I think that'll be plenty of time for them to kind of, dust off, tighten up some loose ends, and deliver a fine product. Right. Now, I do understand that for the most part, not all games come out and are as polished as what we expect from like the likes of like a Naughty Dog or some of the other games. Because even like Elden Ring is still not what I would consider to be a polished game, though it is still a very, very, very good game, and it's a great game depending on who you ask. So will it be like as polished as we got from the likes of Insomniac and everything that they've put out last year, which was insane? I don't know, but I think it will be at least polished to a point that will be playable, and we can only hope for the fact that we won't get any game breaking bugs. So
yeah, it was. I don't think it won't be any Cyberpunk. And the thing that I'm actually worried about, I'm not even trying to be a fanboy at this point. It's just the absolute fact of what it is. Elden Ring has ruined open world gaming for me moving forward.
And I can agree with that.
Like, it has ruined it for me, dude, because you see how much I can do on top of crafting, on top of just, I'll be focused on like, I need to get to this point, and I'm like, ooh, shiny bird. I need to go look at that.
Yeah.
I need to go touch it. I need to, oh, that's a death bird. It's not a shiny bird. That is
Yep.
So, but it's what you can do in the open world, and Elden Ring. I mean, not I mean Elden Ring. I mean, of course, Elden Ring, but From Software set the bar even higher to like this is what an open world game can be now. What else can y'all bring to the table? And I meant to say this earlier. They're going to build a series based on Elden Ring now.
Yeah,
and I'm like, the world.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah,
the world's already massive. And they gave you free updates with DLC. I mean, not DLC, with more NPC storylines with a simple update for free.
For how many dollars?
$3. Free 99.
Ooh.
And the game's only been out for 3 weeks. So that minds you. And I'm going to be able to separate the worlds, of course. But as for open world standpoint, man, Elden Ring has definitely put my bar somewhat way too high. So I'm excited to see what Harry Potter brings. The open, not Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy brings.
That's different. Is that disrespectful? I mean, I'm not. I like Harry Potter, but I don't love Harry Potter, so I do apologize if that's disrespectful. But
no, it's. I want to be respectful of the world because Harry Potter was a part of the Hogwarts universe. You know what I'm saying? We got his storyline, we got him, we got his intake, and that's cool. And we have the Beast one that they're doing right now, and that doesn't have Harry Potter in it, but it's still in the universe of Hogwarts and what's going on.
It does have Dumbledore in it.
Yeah, Dumbledore's you have the characters that is around in that series, but it's not Harry Potter. You feel what I'm saying? Right. That's why I want to make sure Hogwarts has its own thing. People will say it's the Harry Potter game, which I understand because that's how they correlate and connect to it. But at the same time, this is Hogwarts Legacy because we're going to have to talk about it, the politics behind it. This is not Harry Potter. This is just Hogwarts Legacy, in which, in my sense, how Destiny was able to get away from Activision. And these are people who are... No, I'm sorry. That's a terrible example. These are people who love Star Wars, who created the Clone Wars, who wasn't actually a part of the developing of the Star Wars movie series, but the people who loved it so much was able to develop a world connected to what the Star Wars is and show their love and their love and input to it to even better the universe of what it's making. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And I man, that's lovely. And just because I'll go ahead and segue in here, G. Just because the creator is ignorant and has her own personal standpoints, you do not have to take that away from the world that affected a lot of us while growing up to make us connect and get lost in this universe. And people who want to say, well, the developers are already being paid. The developers work their butts off for this, and therefore I want my money to go towards them. I don't like J.K. Rowlings. That's not my take. I love the universe. I love it. It is what it is. I'm going to have fun with this game.
Yeah.
How you feel?
I mean, so this is... Lord. Okay. I'm sorry. I lost...
Yeah, something happened. What happened?
Woo.
Oh, okay. I know that. I know that one.
Say, hey,
I know that one. I know that one. You ain't got to say nothing, brother. I know that reaction.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, imagine going to work, and when you get to work to do your job, you cannot do your job. Why? Not for any other reason, but for the fact that people that make more money than you and on the social economic ladder are more important than you say things and do things that make your job difficult to the point that you may not get paid what you expect to get paid. And the thing is this. That's something that people deal with every day. People get laid off because people make decisions, and we have to deal with them. People end up having to do more work because people make decisions and get rid of people and then leave you to deal with. The guys over at Avalanche were fans who were put in a position to create a game about something that they love. And because someone who makes more money than them came out of nowhere and made egregious comments about something that, like, my thing is this, like, and I'm just gonna put this out there. If you have a problem with transgender, gay people, bisexual, like whatever it is, like, it's okay to feel a certain type of way about it and keep it to yourself. Like, especially when you're on a platform that where you have millions and millions and millions of people that are watching everything that you say and do. Like, yes, you can make a stand, but it's like, if you're gonna make a stand for something positive. Like, if you don't like that Sarah wants to date Kelly, but then Kelly wants to become a guy and still be named Kelly, like, it's not your business. Why does it matter? Like, if you like what you like what you like, why are you worried about what other people like? It doesn't affect you
at all.
It's that simple. And I even say that because to tie into this, I think, and then I was listening to a couple different podcasts where they kind of touched on this, and in particular, some of the guys over at Kinda Funny had a really interesting talk about it, and someone really hit the nail on the head. I think it was Barrett over there had said that, you know, when you have these kind of problems and you feel a certain type of way about it, you cannot heckle anyone that does not have a problem. Like, there are going to be millions of people that still go out and buy the game.
Absolutely.
And if they buy the game and enjoy the game, let them enjoy the game. Done. Period. But the only thing that is required of you as a human being who wants everyone to be able to live their human experience to the utmost peaceful degree they can is just consider. It's like, all right, well, J.K. Rowlings is a bit of a jerk. She said some things that I absolutely don't agree with. And I know that if I buy this game, she's going to get a chunk of change. You know, is it going to be a big chunk or a little chunk? I don't know. We don't do those numbers. And to you, when you consider that, just think, is it worth it to you? Do you want to play the game that much that you're going to go out and just buy it anyway? If so, fine. If you have a problem with it and it eats at your soul that much, don't do it. If you have a problem with it and it eats at your soul that much, maybe go buy the game used. If it bothers you that much and it eats at your soul, maybe buy the game and then also take your $60 that you spent on the game and take another $60 and donate towards LG and I'm sorry, I know I'm gonna screw this up, but LBGT, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
LGBTQ plus community, yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it gets really long and sometimes it gets tongue tied. But yeah, and you can go donate to those causes. Like, there's so many different ways that this situation can be handled. The only way that this should not be handled is no one, like the people that want to buy the game, the people that don't want to buy the game. We don't want to see y'all on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever, talking crazy about each other, because it doesn't have to be that. It's not that deep.
I mean,
it's your money. Do what the hell you want to do with it.
Yeah, and J.K. Rowlings, again, I've seen a couple tweets that bother me before I say anything. Lady Gunner, you're going to have a ride. It's just beautiful because the guy who played Harry Potter has become a phenomenal like A-list actor. Like, buddy, yeah, like he is phenomenal. All of them are great. And
no, all of them are not great.
No, as individuals.
Oh, you're talking about the actors. Okay, yeah.
Individuals. And then the guy who played Hagrid, when they did their anniversary, made everyone cry. He was Steve, like in Blue's Clues. He was that guy. Not watched it. Oh, dude, it's emotional because he was like, when I'm long and gone, people are going to still be connected to me and love my character, and that means a lot to me. I'm like, oh, here's my tissue. Here's my love. I am dedicated to you. And my point is, what Greg was going to his opinion about this. J.K. Rowling said some things. Those are words. She's going to. People say stupid things all the time. How her viewpoint is, cool. That's her viewpoint. She has never, in my knowledge, harm someone physically or anything like that. You know who has? Who still gets money because people are stupid? Robert. You know Robert Kelly.
Oh yeah. Well, no, he's worth like negative $2 million.
Well, their net worth, but people are still supporting him. My point is, people
gonna do what they want to do with their money.
People are gonna do what they do with their money, and people are supporting people that are actually known harmers of people in this world. Another one.
Yeah.
He just retired, and he plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That guy had a whole job. Proven fact that he was, you know what I'm saying, what he did.
Yeah. I mean, even then, like the Activision situation with Bobby Kotick, like people knew of the situation. People still went out and bought Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is always the top selling shooter game of every year.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that it doesn't make you a terrible person to go out and indulge in those things. But like and that's the thing, you have to understand that this is that regardless of what people think and so culture and woke culture and blah blah blah, these are not things that should be agreed upon at a group level. These are things that should be considered on a individual level. Like when the whole Papa John's thing popped off and we had, you know, John whatever his name is dropping the N-bomb with a hard R. Like for me, I didn't eat Papa John's pizza for like 3 years. You know, they removed him from the board, and I was like, it's still named after him. I'm still good right now. No, I didn't eat it for 3 years, you know, or maybe 4. I don't know. It was a very long time. Like, even to the point, like, you know, our jobs like to underpay us and then give us pizza parties because we're 5th graders. But even in those situations, like, I'm like, where are you guys ordering from? Papa John's? No, I'm good. I'll go buy one. You know, and I stood on that. You know, Konami games, I didn't like the way they treated Kojima. I have not played a Konami game. Well, correction, I have not purchased a Konami game since Metal Gear Solid 5.
Last
you know,
Kojima.
And yeah,
last Kojima game in that developer. I mean, publisher. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that, you know, you gotta pick your battles, and it is up to you to choose what hill you're gonna die on.
Absolutely.
But do not, I repeat, do not stoop to the level of these people that you're trying to cancel for their hurtful language by using hurtful language against people that decide to go and enjoy the things that you are protesting.
Absolutely.
Because everyone is grown, everyone can make a decision with their dollar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. And don't, if a person just want to enjoy the world that was built they can connect to, cool. Like, I get that. Don't harp on them. Don't try to downplay them and make them feel less than a human, because they're probably still good people. That's just their world that they love. They can still, like, I don't agree with that person, but that's just a world that I was able to grow up with. Allow those people to enjoy what they want to enjoy and keep it pushing, man. So
period.
Don't make them bad people.
So, yeah. But we're going to move on. Because at this point, you guys get the point. You're grown. Spend money where you want to spend money. If you decide not to spend money, do not make people feel bad for spending money.
At all.
Done, and done. So, we'll kind of keep on the train, I guess, for a moment here of some of the negative stuff going on. Very quickly, before we get to the Moon Studios deal, I know PlayStation America has had some accusations going over there, some frat boy nature, some, you know, sexual harassment, and even things of underpaying women in comparison to men. We don't know much about that story yet. I do want to go ahead and throw that out there, because even though we love PlayStation, sometimes even the companies we love are going to do some really, and I'm going to use our one of our two for this episode, but even the companies that we love sometimes do shitty things.
Absolutely.
And this is one of those things. Right now, we can say accusations. Sony has said that they will do an investigation on their side. They'll review things, and hopefully we hear more about this in the coming weeks. Hopefully it's not as bad as it's coming off to be, but I do want to throw that out there. Goes back to what we said. You have to decide on where you're going to put your money based on how things impact you and make you feel. Do not judge the masses. But on that same accord, we have Moon Studios, who are the developers of the Ori games that have been Xbox timed exclusives and rolling over to the Nintendo Switch thereafter. We've been hearing some things about a quote-unquote oppressive work environment from those guys over there. Have you heard much about this, Perry?
Not before we hit the show. Before we continue, what was you going on? Because I see Lady Gunner's comment said black-owned business don't do that. We'll get canceled so fast, but Sony and Microsoft too big. I agree. Any small-time business, I agree. Any small-time black business, absolutely. I agree. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're quick to cancel. Yeah. I got an opinion on that. Yeah, for real. I agree.
Yeah. You know, it's unfortunate, but when you look at small black businesses or small businesses in general, cancel culture can absolutely destroy them. For instance, there's even here in Indy, and I think everyone on here is in Indy. I think as far as like Coco, Lady Gunner, myself, but there's a new spot that's opened up in Rye Ripple called Chicken Scratch that looks pretty good. The last couple days, I've seen a post going around about somebody saying, "Oh, this place gave me food poisoning and it's gross," and something like that could absolutely destroy the reputation of this place before it really gets going. But on the other end of things, you know, when you look at some of the bigger businesses like Microsoft, yeah, they can get canceled, but guess what? Microsoft has enough money to just overpower and market. You want to cancel Microsoft for mistreating their employees? Guess what they're going to do? They're going to come out, they're going to pay somebody a hefty sum to come up with a very, very apologetic message. And then they're going to go ahead and pay for marketing, like, you know, and not saying that they are. Maybe if they're mistreating women in the workplace, they're going to take their money, they're going to promote a couple women into positions of power, and then they're going to put out a handful of commercials, no matter how many millions it costs to air it wherever they need to, whether it's YouTube, the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the college basketball finals, it does not matter. And they're going to put out these commercials saying, "Oh, we love women and empower women." By the end of the year, people are going to forget.
Sir, that's too long. By the end of the second week, people have already forgotten and they're on the next cancel train.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, but that's the way that this world works these days with the internet and hype trains and marketing. Because I mean, we saw it. Like, as phenomenal of a game as Horizon Forbidden West is, Elden Ring came out and people literally, it was like a line in the sand where it was, all right, this is Horizon time. This is Elden Ring. Like, it happens with everything. Trends come and go, and unfortunately, you know, outrage is trendy these days. So it sucks. Like, some people have real feelings, but like, I decided I wasn't going to eat Papa John's for 3 years. Some people will be mad for the month and then be eating it next week. It's the world we live in. This is, I don't know why I have this empty paper towel, toilet paper thing, but it's here.
You're a parent. It probably was the child's in you just
Oh yeah, you know, we've been sick, so I'm sure somebody's been blowing their nose or whatever.
Yeah,
there's that.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude, I totally agree, man. Like, as far as trending and stuff, like, there's a whole massive murder scene going on in Ukraine, and it was a big talking topic for like a week, all over the social network platforms, and it was
and it's no longer on social media. You gotta go to the news if you want updates now.
Yeah, you actually have to follow news channels or people who are into that on a consistent basis to find information. Brittany Griner had her moment for like 24 hours.
Yeah, that's how it goes. So back to these Moon Studio guys. So in short, we've got crunch, we've got, you know, the upper management pressuring their employees and making them, overwork and stress and blah, blah, blah. And these people are working themselves into fits of depression. That's something that you and I, Perry, can both relate to on a very intimate level. And we really don't have to get into it much because I know you said you didn't really know much about it. But good vibes, prayer, positive energy to all of those people over at Moon Studios. And we hope that things get better or that you go somewhere that makes it better. Because I know even now Xbox has separated. They are no longer working with Moon Studios, which I think is interesting. Mm-hmm. So do with that as you will.
Yeah, toxic work environments, man. As an employee who was almost let go because of toxic work environment because of a client, sucks. But if you're in a toxic work environment and it's not treating you right, do what me and Greg do. Say something about it. Keep saying something about it. And if they let you go, they let you go. Your peace, your mental peace is way more important than that environment that you're in. I'm telling you, it's way more important. These companies, these people, they will replace you in less than 24 hours with somebody else who's willing to do what they want and without question, without any fight back. If you don't want to be in that area, leave. Please leave. I'm telling you.
So this is my thing, and a lot of people sometimes miss. How can I say this? There's a misconception on your requirement in a lot of these places. Think about how they need, and your team needs you, and that creates some type of pressure for you to deal with the BS, deal with the pressure, and deal with the stress. The reality is, as Perry said, they will replace you. Like, if it's a situation where you have the ability to pivot to a different direction, a different job, a different career path, and you are in a place right now where you are unhappy and stressed, but the pressure of the need of the team is what's keeping you there, that business is going to run without you.
Period. That is the reality of it.
Yeah, so the show must go on is what all businesses are on, and regardless of who you are as an individual and your hopes for that business, a business's job at the end of the day is to secure. And if they can make that same bottom line without you,
they don't care about you. They don't care.
And that's not to speak down on the individual, because businesses are made of people, and a lot of times the people that do the job, the people on the ground level, are amazing people, and sometimes some of the higher ups are amazing people, but there is so much separation between the CEO at the top of the corporate ladder and Joe Schmo at the bottom of the ladder, answering phone calls, replying to chats and customer service, or making burgers at Burger King. There's so much gap between them. I guarantee you 90% of the people in those positions of power do not realize or do not consider the fact that they are toying with people's lives. They simply see themselves as shuffling around numbers.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I experienced that. I've seen that. And I'm telling y'all, please get out that situation. Your mental health to me is way more important. Me and Greg both face that. Work at my current employer as far as a contract for a client, Greg's last employer. If you have, and this is no shade to no one on either end. If you love your 9 to 5, you like working a 9 to 5, you like that guaranteed money, putting in that work, go for it. Go get your money. Go get your bag. I'm not mad at you. I'm proud of you. A lot of people can't do what you do. A lot of people can't wake up and go to work and get that job done and come home and be a phenomenal individual that you are. Keep doing that. And if you want to go the entrepreneurial route, I'm proud of you too. It's a hard road. Both of them are hard. You're just going to have to find a way to make sure you get that money. But if you are an entrepreneur and you're doing this because, one, you want your own business, you want to run it, and you're tired of the toxic work environment, make sure you bring that same change into your business and not just look at the people that you're trying to employ one day as numbers. Talk to them, communicate with them, make sure the environment is not only focused on business and developing, but it feels welcoming. Be the New England Patriots as a machine working, building a business, but have the work environment as Blerd Lines Podcast. where you can find us every weekend here on Twitch.tv at Blerd Lines Podcast, or on YouTube at Blerd Lines Podcast, where we are building the environment for people to be themselves, to enjoy every aspect, or at Noob Dev Tech Company. Follow your boy, follow our progress, and you can be a part of it. We treat everyone in our company as family, and we want to not only provide good opportunities and money, but we treat these people as an environment of safety and welcoming. Coco, I know you're in the chat. To me, Greg will attest. Anyone interested in tech and who wants to learn, all you have to do is reach out to me, and has the time. Has the time. I make time for you. Greg, he'll tell you. I was working with a terrible client, and I still was like, "You ready?" I will make sure that you have the utensils for you to move forward in whatever direction in tech that you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are avenues out there for you. Just understand that you are worth more than your job title in most cases.
Absolutely.
Unless you are a scumbag, and the people that are scumbags know that they are scum. So keep that in mind.
And you cannot work at Penn Station with our boy Chuck, because we will destroy you. This is you, baby.
Oh yeah, those were good.
The best days.
Shout out to Chuck Penn. That was a interesting, stressful, but challenging.
I was stressful. It was some of the greatest times we had the crew. Yeah. No, like I look at some of these people and I was like, it's like how 90s R&B look at today's R&B. Like, y'all were not in the trenches. It's like don't laugh at me. We were Mary J. Blige giving y'all heartfelt songs of the struggles of what we was going through.
Right, with the lean.
With the lean going heavy.
Y'all can't see it, but I'm kicking my leg up too, you know what I'm saying?
And y'all new age kids, y'all going through simple breakups. I'm like,
yeah.
Y'all wasn't singing No More Pain.
Right. No. You gotta like stick out your tongue when you say
real talk. Shout out to Captain New Perry for doing his R&B sessions, because those will be live.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely though, man. Like, so again, there are ways that you can go about it, and we understand sometimes when you are in those stressful work environments, you are stuck. But if you are stuck, find a way out. Make a plan. Fill out an application. Update a resume. Whatever it may be, find a way out.
Absolutely.
So we'll go ahead and move on. We'll kind of keep it on our Xbox guest here for me. Perfect Dark has been a game that has been in development, I think, for a little over 2 years. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but it's supposed to be an Xbox exclusive. And I'm going to Google this just to make sure. I know Perfect Dark was Rare's follow-up to the 007 GoldenEye game on the N64. And it was... A lot of people feel it was the better game, but not the more popular game, and people adored Perfect Dark. Here in the last couple years, there was an announcement that Perfect Dark was going to make a comeback. Let me see if I can get the dev. Xbox Studios, developers. So we have the Initiative, Crystal Dynamics, are the two developers. Mm. So they're co-developing. Now, the reason that this matters is because the Initiative in particular is going through some changes. And this goes back to what I was talking about. And I've said this once, I'll say it again. I'm going to continue to say this because it's true. Microsoft and Xbox have an issue with cultivating, nurturing, and taking care of their studios.
That's always been a problem. That's been an apparent problem for many moons.
It is why they have issues with their first party catalog. It's because where, again, Sony has taken years to work with Naughty Dog and stay with Naughty Dog. You see that they went from like some random weird snowboarding game in like the late 80s, early 90s. And then we got Crash Bandicoot, then we got Jack and Daxter, then we got Uncharted, then we got The Last of Us, and we'll probably get something else crazy. And you can look at Insomniac. Insomniac had, I think they were the Sly Cooper guys. They had Ratchet and Clank. Sucker Punch did Sly Cooper. I apologize, but they had Ratchet and Clank, and then they had Sunset Overdrive, which is not a PlayStation game, but they continued to work with them through as we got the Spider-Mans and so many other games, and Sucker Punch as well. From Ghost of Tsushima is where they are now. They had Infamous before that, Sly Cooper, so on and so forth. They work with these teams and help them develop. They help them achieve greatness. I say that to say this. The Initiative, who is developing the Perfect Dark, is going through a world of hurt. Now, in the last, up to this date, from last year up until this date, the Initiative, again, developing Perfect Dark, has lost their lead game director, their lead design director, their lead level designer, their principal world builder, 2 senior system designers, and 3 to 4 God of War designers who actually jumped ship to help make. Could you imagine what would happen if Disney and Marvel was making Spider-Man No Way Home, and then you hear that the director drops out, then the producers drop out, and then the studio responsible for making the CGI drops out, and then the writers drop out? Like, you
want me to give them bars, G? You want me to give them bars?
Bars, please.
You want me to give them bars? All right, check this out. Let me check this out. What we say last week? If you are not lost in the sauce, then you ain't it, cuz. And clearly, Perfect Dark was supposed to be sauce. I remember the reaction. I remember the global reaction that everyone had when it streamed. I'm like, oh, Xbox, you are here with my purchase money for Xbox Series X. I'm about to get you for Perfect Dark, and I'm going to get you for Halo. I remember having this conversation with G, like, bro, I'm grabbing this. There's some exclusives that I want to play. And then Halo dropped. That was hot for a month. And then other games dropped on Game Pass. I'm like, bro, that was cool. And then now you have your first party studios that are just not happy. And then your game, Perfect Dark, the one that got people excited, is losing people who can take this game in the correct directions. Like, no, I'm out. I'm cool.
So you know why this is also alarming?
Speak to me.
The Initiative is also the team that's responsible for making the new Fable game.
Oh, wow. That's going to be tough.
So, I mean, and just so you guys know, so they did the Perfect Dark Zero. They are responsible for the Rare Replay games. Everwild, the new Fable that's supposed to come out, Mad Dash Racing, The Outer Worlds 2 are just some of the games that I could list on Google. That's scary.
That's terrifying. Those are 2 huge first party games that is losing very important key players in their development process. I mean, if Fable lose those people, like, bro, that's very alarming, because these games are going to be selling points for so many people. And we've said this before, Game Pass can only hit for so long.
Okay, so I stand directed. So I'm looking here. So Playground Games is looking to be lead developers on Fable. So maybe they've got more coming, but that's also weird because Playground Games is most notably known for the Forza series.
So it's going to be
we'll see.
So it's going to be pretty.
So I'm not sure if maybe the initiative was responsible for some of the older games and under the Fable banner, and they're doing the new one, or if they're co-developing. But there you have it, I guess. Okay. So yeah,
if that's the case, then good.
Yeah, so hopefully it comes out good.
All right.
But see, we try to at least
keep things fair and keep information correct. I mean, even we do our research, and when we're not correct, we will go to Google, which many people would do a quick Google search, double check your facts, your thoughts, and follow up. It's easy like that. It's okay to be wrong too, y'all. It's okay to be wrong,
and it is okay to change your mind. Have more.
But I will never change my mind that math problems are opinion based.
Nope, we're not doing it. Nope. I'm not even getting into that conversation. If you don't understand in your order of operations that you go that multiplication and division are the same level, you're literally just supposed to go left to right. If you think because PEMDAS says multiplication division that you have to do multiplication before division, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to talk to you. Next. I'm done here. Yeah. So before we step away from the fact that Microsoft and Xbox are kind of displaying some of the habits that we've known them to have since forever and a day, is there anything else you would like to?
I just want Xbox to do something better, man. I'm ready for Xbox because I want them to make. I know Xbox. I pray they have something coming as far as first party that can make a contention. For sure.
We can only hope.
I know Star Citizen. Starfield. It's 100% literally Skyrim in space. After I'm looking at the details, it is Skyrim in space. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be.
We'll have to see.
Oh, DadPad Gaming with the 11-month subscription. Yay, DadPad. Yeah. I will subscribe to the Blerd Lines podcast, but I just spent all my money on bills and groceries. So I will subscribe soon.
Yeah, that's okay. But nonetheless, man, just be out here. Be great, Xbox. I've said it a million times. Give me a reason to buy an Xbox. And in my particular situation, as of now, Game Pass is not a system seller for me because I find video games art and I like to support the art that I'm passionate. But I understand for some people that is a requirement, and if that is you, then hey, go for it. Go for what you know.
Coco, your comment. I went to Walmart yesterday, Greg, and I seen this shirt.
Oh,
and I want this shirt. It says, "Adulting, 1 star. Do not recommend it."
Absolutely.
I stopped that man. Put my hand on his shoulder. I was like, "This shirt, whoever created it, I'm investing into his life." Because there is not a truer statement in this world.
Oh, yeah, no.
that adulting is trash. It is ghetto as hell.
Garbino. Childish Garbino.
We're going to get an alert, and it's going to be Ron Swanson. If anyone knows anything about Ron Swanson, he is one of Nick Perry's inspiration when throwing shade and looking at people with extreme hatred when idiots are speaking to me. Same with Dr. Cox. One of my favorite things is when he went after vegans. He said, "Frozen yogurt is the diet ice cream of ice cream. 0 stars." And looked at the camera, and I'm like, man, you're an inspiration, Ron Swanson.
Sometimes be like that. Yeah.
So it's ghetto as hell. Adulting sucks.
Yeah, it does. So, some more smaller topics. So the Netflix Marvel shows, that being Daredevil, Punisher, super surprising Punisher, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and the Defenders. Oh, Jessica Jones as well, and then also the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't Netflix. still it's there, have all been added to Disney. In particular, the Netflix shows, what we're looking at, have been added to Disney Plus. Luke Cage dropping N-bombs. Frank Castle, out here bashing in people's heads with sledgehammers. Daredevil beating people to a bloody pulp. And also, your boy Kingpin smashing people's heads like watermelons with car door. Beautiful. All on Disney Plus. Uncensored. Which I thought was crazy.
Because the mouse don't play, y'all.
Yeah, the mouse does not play. You're gonna mess with Mickey Mouse's money, huh? Yeah, like that. No, he don't play.
He don't.
But it's interesting. It's there. The reason that this is interesting is for two things. One, the way that they handle it was kind of dope. So what happens is when they put those up there, I think that was like sometime this week, maybe Thursday, Friday. I log on to my Disney Plus. And it pops up and says, hey, we got mature rated content. Click here if you would like to view the mature rated content. Click on it. He gave me another advisory deal where it's like, hey, it's going to get real. Are you sure? Yes. And then once I say yes that second time, it made me re-verify my password. And once I did, it pops up. It's like, yo, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, so on and so forth. They are all here. However, thank you for verifying that you want to watch mature rated content. As the master account here, please select all profiles that are able to watch this content. Which you can select the kids, you cannot select the kids. Maybe you want to cut off your significant other because you're a jerk. I don't know. But I thought that was a really cool and interesting way to handle the mature content. And that gives me hope that, you know, the likes of Deadpool will eventually get to the likes of Moon Knight, which is right around the corner.
Moon Knight is so saucy right now. I'm seeing that movie simply for drip.
Yeah, and there's some drip there. So that might get a little colder than what we're expecting. And then that also gives us hope for, like, you know, where some of these other characters in the MCU may head. Maybe they can't put Frank Castle and the next Avengers IP, but maybe they can put Frank Castle in the next Disney Plus original. There's actually a rumor going on right now that there is a soft reboot for Daredevil going, where Charlie Cox will pick up the titular role of Daredevil again, and he's going to go and do some new things and link it to the MCU. So, cool stuff happening there, Perry. What do you think?
I'm invested. I'm here for it because it's Disney Plus is expanding. They're understanding that if you allow certain things to happen, the adults will now invest and be more enticed to keep their subscriptions for that. It's really interesting on the Deadpool part because I'm like, if you give Ryan Reynolds Disney money and he has the free range to do Ryan Reynolds things in his movies as Deadpool, sir, that's money coming in because Ryan Reynolds is going to be Deadpool and he's going to say Deadpool things as Ryan Reynolds.
And we don't want him to be not Deadpool.
No.
Ghoulie gang.
What's happening, Ghoulie? What's Ghoulie?
What up? Yeah. But I mean, that's where it is. That's where it is. But yeah, I agree. You know, and letting those mature rated shows finally pop up on Disney Plus, which we predicted, because at the end of February, I think it was, they pulled them all from Netflix. We knew it was coming to Disney Plus, but we didn't know how they would handle it. We didn't know if they would edit or censor or any of that, and we got it raw. And I'm so excited for that. It gives us hope that we will start to get some more mature content in the MCU and so on and so forth. Yeah. So let's see here. What do we got left? So we talked about Moon Studios, Netflix Marvel shows, Perfect Dark on the struggle bus. Oh, man, Perfect Dark.
That's gonna hurt.
Again, like those are some key players that lost. Like the lead level designer and the director and the principal world builder Like, those are the people who literally create the vision. Like, goodness, like, whew. Good luck, y'all. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Elden Ring sold 12 million. So we are here.
Bars.
Jujutsu Kaisen movie.
Yes, sir. JJK Chapter 0. I am ready to talk. This is me. I can't wait to have Goku on the show.
So I want to ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
So I know you tweeted after you got done with the movie. You enjoyed the movie. You gave it an 8 out of 10. Since then, a lot of media outlets have covered it. Metacritic going crazy, Rotten Tomato going crazy, and I can't. And I might get this wrong. From what I've seen, I think critic was a 99 and fan rating was 100% for on Rotten Tomato for this movie. So there have been plenty of times that we have liked things that people have absolutely adored. So where you gave it an 8 out of 10, and I respect that your opinion is fair and has weighted all the fair options. Do you see and understand why some people are shooting for a 10 out of 10 on this, or are people just losing?
Yes, I absolutely do see the 10 out of 10. I absolutely do see the reason for the 10 out of 10, and this was because of my experience at the movie theater. I know the way I'm going, my consumption of anime and my manga reading, I'm becoming one of those critics that probably would want to be in the movie theater or get like early access to movies where I can sit down with a very small crowd and give it a true opinion base look at it, because I don't want loud reactions, because it kind of irritated me. Because my first reaction when I heard people laughing at certain moments, I was sitting there like, you casuals. But I had to check myself, because I'm like, it took a while for us to get to this moment when movie theaters were packed and sold out at this point in time. So I was like, okay, I see where it's going. And then that 10 out of 10 was like, people are laughing, people are crying, people are screaming, people are clapping, because these moments are amazing. So what Coco do? It was very understandable. For my personal opinion, I give it an 8 out of 10, simply because the movie was great. Pacing was phenomenal. The artwork was great. I just know that this upcoming season is going to destroy this movie by far, especially if they keep the quality in which they had the first 2 seasons with, as far as animation goes. It is going to destroy it. And I was actually holding it on par with other anime movies that I've seen in theater, and Demon Slayer, hands down, their studio, hands down, is the best artistic value as movies go.
Oh,
it's not even close. From music to sound to investment and care, it's not even close. It's like, by far. Yeah.
Like when you talk about Demon Slayer, like Demon Slayer really, and I think the only people that come close to them as far as right now is probably My Hero. When you talk about the way that they create their climactic, their emotional moments, the music, the voice acting, the animation, the sound design, all comes together and creates such a perfect moment. Like I just feel like those guys could take Tanjiro, Deku, or whoever, maybe even like a new show altogether. They could take one of those characters and make a bowl of cereal with that character and make it epic.
They can.
Like, it's like, wow, do you hear the sound of the milk pouring into the bowl? That music is perfect. I wish I had that music while I was eating cereal. Like,
Uftobo is a phenomenal series. So they did the Fate series. And
so who's responsible? Who did
what? My Hero?
So you said the Fate series, which is still one of the most beautifully animated and art styles as well out there in the world of anime. So like, are one of those guys responsible for JJK or My Hero or
so UFO Table is responsible for the Face series and Demon Slayer. They are the developers of those. That's why Demon
Wow,
Slayer
now it makes so much sense.
looks the way it does. And then with Jujutsu Kaisen, as far as art style, it's hand drawn, and that art needs to be respected.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was fluid. It was smooth. It was great. It was phenomenal. Smooth. So when another one, because I know a lot of people don't know like what good hand drawn is. Dragon Ball Z Super Broly. That was mostly hand drawn.
Oh yeah, mostly
with 3D,
except for the galaxy or dimensional breaking punch went 3D for a little bit, but yeah.
Yes.
But it's funny you say that because I had an experience this weekend. I watched, because from what I understand, for the first time ever, the entire Dragon Ball series is available on a streaming platform, being Crunchyroll. Yes. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super are all available on Crunchyroll. The merger is going down with Funimation.
Yes.
So I went back and watched some old Cell Saga episodes, and you know what I learned? While the art style of Dragon Ball Z was amazing, especially in the Cell Saga and definitely in the Buu Saga, the animation is not great.
No.
It is not great.
No.
Like going back, and because I regularly go and watch Yu Yu Hakusho because it's such a vibe. Like Yu Yu Hakusho has gotten better with time because it is so 90s that not only are you getting a good show, but you also kind of get this really cool time capsule effect where, you know, you get to really kind of enjoy that 90s aesthetic. And it's like Perry,
mad drip.
like Perry, like you were onto something. Like you had beaten this drum like so long before it was in style again to like it. And thank goodness, like I went back and rewatched the series some years ago before people started to really think it was cool again. But you look at Yu Yu Hakusho, and then you go and you look at Dragon Ball Z. Like, yeah, Dragon Ball Z is, you know, every 8-year-old's power fantasy, but Yu Yu Hakusho, man, was
flame. I mean, like Ronin Kenshin. That's another one I highly recommend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ronin Kenshin, 90s. I totally agree, man. And we came a very long way as far as art styles go. So My Hero does have moments, but they're mostly digital. Jujutsu Kaisen is all hand drawn, and it is, bro, it's sick. That style is sick, and it was beautiful. So moments in, because I'm going to do my best for non-spoilers.
Please, because I have to catch up. I'm a handful of episodes behind. No, season 2 now, right? So
none of these. Absolutely, yes. The Cardi experiences, bro. Totally, yes. Fist of the North Star. Cardi, you gonna get me started. Tune in for the Captain's Lounge episode today, because I got an anime manga connoisseur coming through, and we're talking that.
Yeah, that's gonna be heat. So definitely go check that out. Shout out to the Anime Academic. Are you now, just so we can get that right? Are you gonna do that on the BLP Twitch, or are you doing it on your Twitch? How's that working?
I'm probably gonna do it on. I guess I'm gonna do it here if we're gonna host all our podcasts and stuff here. So I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna do it here for people.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
Follow, subscribe, give us $5 because we deserve it.
We work hard.
But yeah, absolutely, man. Like Fist of the North Star is one that I cannot watch, and it's not for any other reason. Like I'm cool when the hands is being thrown, but when people start to and they start to swell up and explode, I'm like, that is gross. But it speaks to the quality of the animation, though, right?
Why did I? Nani? Oh my god, I love that show. So,
like, bro, I'm not doing it, but it is good.
So I love Fist of the North Star. That's one of the first animes I watched as a kid too. But for this show, as far as Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm sorry. You don't have to watch the actual anime to catch up with this, because it is chapter 0. This is in sense
the
of
prelude.
The prelude of a very important character, the main character that had the sword and the demon behind him. He plays a major role coming up in the story because you've already know what happened to Gojo, right? The guy with the blue eyes.
So I know who Gojo is. So
okay.
The last shows that I watched, baby. Yep, the babies came down to say hi. But the last episode that I saw was the episode where they were doing the clap teleport thing, and they put hands on dude, and they completely and totally wrecked. And then I saw the episode after where they were like, you know how it is anime. Yeah. They beat the bad guy, and then there's like the cleanup and recollection episode. So that is where I am, which is essentially the end of season 1, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you will have to, because it's going to be hard for me to, because people.
So if you're worried about like any type of like redunculous spoiler, like. Okay, but if it's like light spoiler, like we're having this discussion, I wouldn't put it on the show if I didn't want it to just life. So
yeah,
it's cool.
So in a sense, this is Gojo's. So Gojo gets, in a sense, he doesn't die. He just gets captured. Okay.
Oh no.
He just gets captured, and the guy that they're showing is the next person that people are going to depend on to save, Jujutsu High and everything that comes with it. So we get a sense of this individual, this character, who is essentially being cursed by one of the curses that's going around. Often, folks who come close to him, he's no plaything, and you figure out why that curse is the way it is because of what happened to this curse and why this thing is happening, because that's later down the line, and I want you to actually watch the movie, so I'm not going to go into good details on that. And you see the ham clap guy, my man's, that's my boy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's my man's. That is Woogie Boogie time.
Yeah, that is my guy.
And
I'll rock with him.
And I love it. So you get to see the first year class. He was second year at this point. And you get to see Maki, who is just godlike. Love Maki. And the first Gojo's first class of students. And then you get to see Gojo, who is taking a role as a good teacher, being involved all the time, and him flexing, G. And I'm talking about flexing. You can tell in Jujutsu Kaisen that the people who run the school are very, very idiotic. When our main protagonist ends up becoming a demon, they was like, let's kill him. And Gojo was like, we're going to put a pause on that. Let's go ahead. We're going to put a pause on that.
I'm the only higher ups that are probably worse than those guys were the elders that ran the Hidden Leaf. They were like, yeah, Danzo, like, shit, just kill the Uchiha, like, no problem. Like, yeah, you can be the new Hokage, like, no problem.
Bro, it's bad. It's that bad. And Gojo's like, wait a minute, no, we're not going to do that. Well, with the kid with the curses, of course, they want to go ahead and kill him. And Gojo's like, no, we're not going to do that. And, oh my God, this moment was so gangster. It reminded me of my boy Lonzo off of Training Day.
Oh.
My man's was like, so they said we only postponed the execution because of you. Gojo was like, all right. And if it comes to picking a side, I'm going to choose him over you. And turned his back and looked at him. And I want y'all to know his power is controlling space-time continuum at a molecular level, atomic level. That man flexes. He don't hold no bars. And the main enemy in here is not the kid and his curses. It's actually Gojo's ex-best friend. Because in the story, he was able to see him, and then you get a feel from this. So you get to see this thing that they're setting up for called the Night Parade, in which they're going to unleash curses to destroy non-Jujutsu users. Not sorcerers, because he was like, his belief is We were created to protect the weak, and I am tired of protecting the weak. We need to roam free with only power levels. And Gojo was like, you tripping, cuz. And then Gojo had a lot of gangster moments here. Gojo was really like, oh, you think you about to pull up and run away, bro? No, hands about to be thrown right now. Like, right now.
So this is crazy. Like, this is the logic that Buddy is going by. That's like me looking at my wife and being like, you know what? I'm tired of taking care of these. Let's just kill them. It's okay. It's cool. It's totally all right.
Yeah, basically. That's his logic. And so you're like, no. And Gojo was like, cuz, you pulled up on so-and-so block. You know it's on smoke. And Buddy was like, I got all your youngsters surviving. You really want to pull this off? And Gojo was like, I'm going to come see you. You know who I am. He's like, I know. We going to see each other. So we get the entire story of that. And each character here get to have their specific moments. And in my sense, you got to see they're setting up. This movie is a great prequel to what season 3 is going to be, because it gives you a taste of what Gojo and his ex-best friend, Gito, that's his name, actually had. But they don't go into details. And season 3 is actually going in Gojo's past and who he is and why his best friend became the person that he is, which is going to, bro, I'm telling you.
So this is Obito. Because Gojo is essentially Kakashi. That's the comparison he's always gotten. So now we're getting his Obito.
In a sense, you do.
In casual terms.
In casual terms, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be real. Season 3, y'all thought y'all seen hands.
Oh.
Y'all have not seen hands. Because there is a man with black forces, khaki pants. No, I'm sorry. Combat boots that are black. Khaki pants.
Black forces.
Black
force energy.
And black t-shirt, fitted t-shirt. And he said, I'm looking for bubble gum and N-words to beat up. And I chewed my last bubble gum last week. And I need to pull up.
So this is my thing. Again, I'm behind in JJK, but if there has been any anime already technically what that means, I've only watched like the first 12 episodes, and what they're like towards 30 now, is it?
I believe like 27. I believe
20. Okay, yeah. So in the first 12 episodes, they have already created so many fight back moments that I don't think I can handle no more.
Oh no!
Because the Boogie Woogie was serious. The little demon that they jumped before they went to the sewers was just infamous.
Oh my god! So he the part-time worker, that is my guy. He had a moment in this. He was like, "It's time to clock in. Don't trip. I got y'all. It's clocking." This moment here, bro, there was a lot of good scenes of fighting. It was all hand drawn, and I like the fact that our character, the main protagonist in the story that we've seen, he started off timid, but he was like, I have to do better. And you get a nice surprise at the end on who this character is and his backstory. And
interesting.
Oh, bro, it's who he's connected to. And again, Gojo does not hold any. The drip in Gojo is ridiculous. He can be in Yu Yu Hakusho and be decent. I'm telling you, Buddy's drip is phenomenal, and he's about that.
Really, a lot of them characters in that show is like mad drippy.
Drippy.
Like, you got so many different things going on. Like even like I'm blanking on the main character's name right now. But even him, like, he got on like the knockoff Jordans. He got the scarf joint going on the uniform. Like, dude is like, that show is oozing of the culture, and I love it for that. So I'm excited. Like, after we have this talk, I'm probably gonna sit down and go watch the other like 15 episodes.
Oh yeah, you need to. So you're looking at Yuji Itotori.
Yeah, there we go.
Megumi. I can't remember her name, and Nobara. Those are the first years in that we got in our seasons. Faculty wise, you have Gojo, you have Tatsu, you have Masamichi, who's my guy, And then you have the
He's
second.
the one with the glasses, right?
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my boy.
He's a dog. I rock with him.
He's for real. And then you have the second year students. You have Maki, you have Togi, you have Panda, and you have Yuta.
Yeah, Panda.
And Yuta as a first year. He's the ranking in Jujutsu Kaisen. You have 1, 2, 3, and different grades of Jujutsu sorcerers. And Yuta, when he first comes in, he is a special sorcerer. That's how strong he is as a sorcerer when he first comes in, and he has no idea. Just so you know that he's covered in cursed energy, and people who see that cursed energy, they definitely want to go ahead and attack. And he's very timid when he first walked through the classroom. And like we said before, Jujutsu Kaisen is about smoke. They finally meet Yuta, and they were on his behind immediately through the classroom. Like, oh, we finna kill you, cuz. Let's go. So
it's like, today I got time, cuz.
For real. So it's definitely a good investment. This movie is an 8 out of 10. Just because I know what's to come, and that season is going to be 10 out of 10. Just
as long as it's executed properly.
Always going to. They see how important Jujutsu Kaisen is and what the sales are going to be and the numbers of what they're looking like. They're going to handle this with care, easily. The money has already been invested. The money from the movie is being insane. It's just you can't compare. And I want people to do this. You can't compare stories, and animes. Demon Slayer. It's not in them death stories. You're not going to get the death that you want. A lot of you think you're getting death with Attack on Titan. You're not. None of you have watched Monster, and it's not comparable. A lot of you forget Attack on Titan. I mean, not Attack on Titan, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was flawless from season 1 to 5. Attack on Titan was quiet for season 2 and 3. But I digress. But we move forward.
No. So let me ask you this, Perry. So, in the world of manga, is Demon Slayer over?
Yes, it's been over.
It's been over. So, based on the ending of that, how many seasons do we have left?
I'm going to use our second one of today. Shit's about to get real, and it doesn't stop. So, we got like 4 left.
About 4 seasons left?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, with that, where are we with JJK? How many episodes? I mean, how many manga? Is that ending yet, or is that still going strong?
That's still going strong.
And what about My Hero? Has that ended?
My Hero is getting to a climax part as we speak now. Their story is going to end as far as this part. I believe they're going to go into a time skip like they did with Naruto.
Ooh.
But they're getting to a nice climax part in My Hero. But all this information is definitely going to be clarified, because I'm definitely going to ask Aiden that later on today when we do our stream, because he's going to give clarification on that. But it's still going on quite strong.
And what time is that going to be, you know?
Everyone just look out for my Twitter and things like that. We'll promote it, because I have no idea.
So if for any reason you are a scumbag and you do not follow us on Twitter and YouTube and so on and so forth, it is in the chat. So with that being said, I'm not even gonna put One Piece up there, because One Piece is something else entirely. And as much as I don't really care for One Piece, it is something else, and I don't think it needs to be categorized really with any anime, because when you talk about shonen anime, it is the shonen anime and the longest running. But so, understanding that One Piece is something else, and I'm not even going to consider it in this phrase that you hate, because it is on a different level completely. JJK, Demon Slayer, and My Hero. Do you think that is more or less what is heading into being the big 3 of anime for the next 3 to 5 years?
Demon Slayer for sure, because it sells. Jujutsu Kaisen as well, I believe. Yes, correct. Just because out of those 3, it is the darkest, and they don't pull any punches. My Hero, though quiet, still making a big hit. Yeah, you can put those there. But Chainsaw Man's gonna replace my hero though.
Chainsaw Man is something that has a concise like beginning and end to it already, right?
Yeah, they're done. They're done with the manga, but they're going to continue it here soon. But their first series of mangas is already done, and it's going. If they do it correctly with the studio and animation, dude, it's about to hit. And it's going to replace because it's dark. Like Jujutsu Kaisen Chainsaw Man is definitely darker than what people think it is.
And then also we got to watch out because I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball is coming back.
Dragon Ball is coming back, and Bleach is coming back, and Thousand Year War is fire.
I forgot Bleach is coming back,
and Yamamoto about to show y'all why he is that dude.
Yeah, so this is gonna be like just as much as this is a huge year for video games. This is gonna be a very, very big for also anime.
Dude, do you understand? Yamamoto said this in a chapter panel in the manga. He said, why do I need a team? I'm all that is needed for you and everyone else. I'm like, oh, bars. Oh, bars.
Yeah. So we talked about what we're putting into the big three, and that is all exciting. You know what else is exciting?
What's up, G?
This week's recommendation.
Absolutely.
Perry, what are you recommending to us?
Get sleep. Get sleep.
And the church say preach. Wow.
Get some sleep, dude.
Yeah,
like,
we need that.
If you're doing like if you're busy as me and Greg are, find some time to put your body at rest and go to sleep, my boy.
Ain't that true?
'Cause man,
it's like, get you a nice little pillow, a nice little blanket. You don't even gotta lay on the bed. It could be in the car. Like, find you a spot, lay your head down on that pillow.
'Cause boy, it's
take a nap.
Naps are work. I had a moment in one of the streamers that I follow, and I said I took a nap today, and we talked for like 30 minutes about how good a nap is. Like, man, I had a 3-hour nap the other day. I was like, dude, I put a 2.5 boy in a day, and I thought I cried.
Yeah, man. I usually and I think time is catching up with me because usually a good nap for me is 30 minutes. I can lay down, wake up, don't need an alarm, I'm ready to go. But the last nap, which I don't take naps often, like I might get a little snooze in the car. But the last like nap that I took a couple weeks ago, and that was like a 2.5 hour nap. And when I tell you I woke up and I felt like I was on top of the world, like I could have did anything. Like I could have beat Goku after the nap I took. Like, whew. So yeah, definitely take a nap.
Coco, I took a nap while playing the game. Bro, the first time I was playing a game where I'm like, I'm too tired, I'm going to sleep. And I fell asleep in my comfortable chair over there in the background. And I was snoozing, my boy. And then, Coco, we're going to find you some sleep, man, because once you get it, Lord. Coco didn't sleep the way that she should have because she was too busy tweeting out things that she had no business tweeting. Her Twitter is definitely I love her Twitter.
Sure you do. But anyway, my recommendation this week is I'm gonna keep mine in the personal life as well. But my recommendation this week is to lean on your supports.
Absolutely.
Me and my wife are in a very unique situation, and our support system is not the support system that you would expect. But we are each other's support system. And when I tell you yesterday that I was up at, I woke up, I think around like 8 a.m. or so, got to work around 9 a.m. and me and my wife went to about 1:30 before we laid down. We were on a mission because our oldest son is too big for his bunk bed. And we are moving him into his own bedroom. So dressers got put together. We got my homie Dom, shout out to Dom, came through, and between me and him, we got TVs mounted. We got like the you've probably seen it on TikTok, like the cloud lighting, like up the wall and on the ceiling and stuff. which looks amazing. My wife is upstairs, so as we wrap up the show, I'm going to grab a snack and go help her to put together the bed. Like, I could not have done that without her. I could not have done it without Dom, and I know she could not have done it all without me. So, like, regardless of what your support system is, if that's a girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, life partner, homie, mom, dad, like whatever it is, let your support system know that you also support them. Because I love my wife. I'm going to give us a third one. I do this too often, but I love the shit out of my wife and my children, and they keep me going, and I know you can say this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So shout out to my wife, shout out to my kid.
Absolutely, yeah. Man. Me and my wife, we had a moment as well where we're growing. We had a particular situation that happened, and we had to sit down and talk. Like, we had to be adults, and we sat down and talked. And the two parties that had to talk are literally people that I love with all my heart, like deeply with my heart and everything with that. And I was like, man, we got to sit down and talk about this. And the fact that my wife knew how important that the other party is to me, knew about the friendship and how deep it goes, it was literally like, we talked about that, and I respected her opinion on that. And she voiced some concerns, and I listened to her. And yesterday, for the very first time, I'm really trying. When we went out to eat, I just left my phone in the car. Like, babe, you get my full undivided attention when we're out, when it's just us. I don't need my phone. The person that I need to talk to is right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
like not to interrupt you, but can we make that? Let's make that a joint recommendation. We know that people have parents, have kids and such. If you know that the kids are somewhere safe, if they're in bed, or and you know that no one needs to talk to you, we understand that sometimes people have unique situations. It is okay to take your phone, put it on the charger, leave it in the bedroom, and interact with the people that matter.
Absolutely. So we had to do that, and me and my wife had a heart-to-heart outside of the situation that happened. I talked about my depression last year with her. Like, we was really open about it, and she was like, she didn't know how bad it was until I had like a major blow up of something that she thought was very small. And I just told her, like, baby, that's literally one of the only things I had left for myself in a very isolated, in the middle of nowhere place. And we talked about it, and she was like, you know what I'm saying? We talked, and I know that person in that room that is asleep has my back full throttle. And
absolutely.
I'm going to do everything I can to keep her. And shout out to the other party, because I know she got my back too. So I love y'all. For real.
Yeah, growing pain. Just because you have growing pains don't mean you're growing apart. Sometimes you got to go through uncomfortable things to grow, and it will hurt. But that does not mean that you grow and leave the people that you love behind. Sometimes you guys will hurt and go through pain together. So.
Absolutely. And just to let y'all know, we are two brothers that are madly in love and married to two beautiful black women, chocolate women. Hey. We love the chocolate women around here. We are hard advocates of the chocolate. Hard advocates. We don't play no games about the chocolate on this side of town, baby. And if you think you about to come over here and disrespect the chocolate women, I promise you it ain't gonna happen, cuz. I promise you ain't gonna happen.
You got selections. You got chocolate with caramel swirl. You got milk chocolate. You got dark chocolate. You got special dark chocolate. Whatever it is. The other recommendation today is chocolate.
Period.
All right. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, Perry.
Absolutely.
So definitely shout out to our guys over at Blerd Approved Gaming. You can check out Greg and sometimes Perry every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time over at twitch.tv/Blerd Approved Gaming and other platforms as well for the Bag Show, where we'll be talking about some of the stuff we talk about here at a higher level. So you won't get all the detail, but you'll still get the catch up.
I'm not playing with you, Coco. I am not playing with you, Coco. I'm not playing with you, Coco.
Yeah, no. Bye, Coco. Get out.
I'm not playing with you, girl.
Back to jail. Anyway, and then with that as well, of course, you can catch us live every week. Usually on Saturday, sometimes on Sunday when life kicks our ass. You can catch us usually around 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern Time every weekend for Blerd Lines Podcast, where we talk about the most recent nerd news and we kind of really break it down and get into the nitty gritty like we did here today.
Absolutely.
So with that, again, check out those comments. All the links are available. Go follow us on Twitter. Go follow us on YouTube. If you miss any segment or you did not catch the entire show and you're here with us now, follow that link. When I get some time, probably today and tomorrow, we will break that up and we will get these segments uploaded as separate, and the entire episode will upload on Friday, just before Saturday's new show.
Amen. So with that, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I appreciate everyone here. Please prepare. Like Greg said, we're here every weekend, depending on which day or what life does to us. We will be going live with Blerd Lines Podcast. And don't forget, we also are developing new, more content with the Captain's Lounge coming in, where I either do a solo segment where I talk about certain topics, or I usually have a guest where we just go over different things that I want to introduce the people to, because this is... this is a platform we want to give to our people, and I want to sit down and have open conversations with us. Outside of gaming, we are very nerds in other aspects of music, politics, sports, and we want to have that open conversations. And we want people to come on here, and we want to give this the spotlight to those. So be on the lookout for that. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank Greg for always being a great host. And we are going to go ahead and Greg, give them the heartiest what?
Okay. Yes. So, to everybody who joined us on this wonderful Sunday, we've got Lady Gunner out there. We've got Coco. We only appreciate you half as much this week, Coco, because you on one. You on one. The Cardi Experience, my guy Ghoulie Gang, and I know I'm missing a few, so I do apologize if I'm missing you. I just want to highlight again, you could have been anywhere in the world this morning, but you're here with us, and that means the world. So to all of you and anyone that I have forgotten, you deserve the heartiest. Gang, gang. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Peace.
Yeah, that was. So I did. I think I told you I talked to Zombie.